There are musicians, and then there are forces of nature. Some artists give you songs, others give you something far more powerful. A reason to keep fighting. For me, that force of nature is Ozzy Osbourne. Today I want to tell you how a man I've never met helped me survive things most people never see, and how his music didn't just impact my life, it rewired it.
This is Northern Depths, living louder than my fate.
Everyone remembers the first time they heard Ozzy. That moment where his voice cuts through your chest like a blade, made of emotion and electricity. For me, it wasn't a concert or a music video, or even top stereo. It was a late night with cheap headphones and a borrowed CD, and a feeling in my gut that something big was about to happen. When his voice came in, I sat completely still. It wasn't perfect, it wasn't polished, it was raw humanity. Pain, hope, madness, and defiance baked into one sound. In that moment, something just clicked in me. I'm not alone in this. Growing up, I wasn't given the luxury of believing I'd have a long life. Doctors told me I wouldn't make it past 16. Imagine hearing that as a kid. Imagine having a countdown clock attached to your name before you even figure out who you are. That does something to you. It shapes you, twists you, hardens you. It also makes you hungry for meaning. You don't waste time pretending. You don't waste time on fake people. You go searching for something real. And that's exactly what I found in Ozzy's music. A reflection of my own fight. Ozzy as a survival blueprint. Ozzy's story isn't me. It's not of, it's not clean or safe. It's chaotic, messy, and brutally honest. A man wrestling with darkness while the whole world watches. And that's what I connected with. Because when facing your physical limits, daily battles, and the reality that your time might be short, you don't want that bubblegum positivity. You want truth. Ozzy didn't pretend life was easy, but he showed what it looks like to keep showing up anyway. To keep singing, to keep fighting, to keep living loudly. Even when your demons are screaming. That felt like a blueprint for survival. Songs that held me together. These weren't just tracks, they were lifelines. Many more tears, a massive wave of emotion. Heavy but cleansing, a reminder that pain doesn't get the final word. Way to Nowhere, a song that feels like reflection and rebellion in equal measure. Traffic for hospital nights, wondering what comes next. I don't want to stop. This was my battle cry. My middle finger to every limitation put on me. Crazy training, not just a banger, a philosophy. Life is chaos, ride the rails anyway. But when I'm coming home, proof that a wild soul can show a gentle side. And we remind that strength isn't one-dimensional. Each song pulled back me from the edge. Each one taught me something different about resilience, identity, and purpose. The dark moments. Let's be real, life wasn't always metal anthems and adrenaline. There were days where that felt impossible. Moments where I didn't know if I could keep pushing. Times where the weight felt too heavy, physically, mentally, emotionally. So whenever I hit that point, I'd put Ozzy on. And suddenly the darkness didn't feel unbeatable. She was if this man could survive addiction, trauma, pain, loss, and somehow find the strength to keep performing. What excuse did I have? Just music didn't fix everything. It wasn't magic. But it gave me reasons to keep moving when nothing else did. Sometimes that's all you need. A spark, a voice, a reminder. Ozzy taught me to live loud. Because of Ozzy, I refused to live quietly. I joined sports when people expected me to sit on the sidelines. I became a photographer, designer, and artist. Not in spite of my limitations, but powered by them. I build stories, I create worlds, I push boundaries. Ozzy's whole life existence said, you're allowed to be bigger than the box people put you in. And that message lit a fire in me that never went out. The philosophy behind the madness. People joke about the bat, the mumbling, the memes. But behind all of that is one of the greatest examples of human resilience in music history. Ozzy's real message. Life will break you. Rise anyway. Laugh anyway. Create anyway. Live anyway. That's not just metal, that's survival. And it shaped my entire outlook. I don't see my challenges as something to hide from. I see them as part of the story, all not flaws. Carrying his legacy forward. Ozzy didn't just give me music, he gave me a mindset. The confidence to push back, the courage to create. The strength to tell my story without apology. The fire to live longer and harder than anyone expected. He showed me that being different isn't a weakness, it's a superpower. He taught me that no matter how dark life gets, there's always another verse to sing, another riff to unleash, another chapter to write. And today, as I keep creating, keep thriving, keep growing, his influence is stitched into everything I do. If you ever felt lost, if you ever felt broken, if you ever felt like the world counted you out, find your version of Ozzy. Find the thing, the voice, the art, the sounds that remind you that you're still here and you're not done yet. For me, that voice was the Prince of Darkness himself. and somehow he brought light into my life. If Ozzy's music has shaped your life too, drop your story in the comments. If you felt this episode, hit like. If you want more raw, personal, rebel-driven stories, subscribe and join the crew. Stay loud, stay real, and keep fighting. Because your story isn't done yet. Now, at the end of every episode, I always do a top 10. So, why not do a top 10 of Aussie songs? Ozzy Osbourne, not Ozzy's music. Yeah, okay. And I will be including Black Sabbath in this list because, yeah. These next few minutes are dedicated to the soundtrack. That carried me through my surgeries, victories, breakdown, reinventions, and everything in between. So here it is, my top 10 Aussie tracks, including Black Sabbath. At number 10, we have Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. This one feels like walking into a cathedral of riffs. It's heavy, theatrical, unpredictable. And a reminder that chaos can be beautiful. It became a soundtrack to moments where life forced me to evolve. Yeah, number 9, Diary of a Madman. This track is a mood, madness, and soul stitched together. It dives straight into the darker corners of the mind. If there's a beauty inside that darkness, when I needed to sit in my thoughts instead of running, this song held space for me. Number 8, Paranoid. Short, sharp, legendary. This is one of the first Sabbath songs that made me understand the pulse of metal, a punch in under 3 minutes. And a reminder that you can say a lot without wasting breath. Number 7, Mr. Crowley. The synth hits, the guitar carved the air. It's haunting in a way nothing else. This song pulled me into the world of atmosphere. The way music can feel like a storm gathering. It made me fall in love with storytelling as a sound. Number 6, Mama, I'm Coming Home. This song is heart without apology. Strength without armor. It reminded me that metal can be gentle and honest, without losing an ounce of power. It hit especially hard on days when I questioned the road I was on. Number 5, Iron Man. This riff isn't just famous, it's elemental. It reshaped my understanding of what a guitar could do. It's cinematic, unstoppable, and bigger than life. Whenever I needed to channel something stronger than my own fear, I played this. Number 4, War Pigs. A marching anthem, a protest, a warming wrapped in thunder. This song taught me that metal wasn't just noise. It was a message, a weapon, a commentary on the world. It made me look at life differently, made me think, made me question, made me wake up. So now into the top 3. Any of these to be number 1, but this is where I went. Number 3, Crazy Train. The ultimate chaotic life anthem. A reminder that spins, everything spins, everything shakes, and you hang on anyway. This song became my adrenaline shot before sports. Big moments. Before everything that required fire. Number 2, Road to Nowhere. This is a reflective one. The quiet punch to the chest. The song that hits harder the longer you live. For someone who wasn't expected to make it that far, this track became the sound of proving everyone wrong. And looking back with clarity instead of regret. And number 1 on my list is No More Tears. This song feels like standing in the middle of a storm, but refusing to fall. It's heavy, emotional, powerful. The definition of a survival anthem. Every time life pushed me to a breaking point, I lost this track, not to escape, but remind myself that I wasn't done yet, that even pain has rhythm. So I could rise with it. These 10 tracks didn't shape my life forever, they shaped me. If any of these songs hit you in the same way, drop your own top 10 in the comments. I want to hear your story, and if you're new here, subscribe for more deep level stories, reactions, and real life episodes.
Thanks for diving into the depths with me. Stay loud, stay real, and if you're feeling this, hit like and subscribe.